It's time for summer, so here is how to build a Minecraft water slide. Hello everybody and welcome to OMGcraft. I'm your host, OMGchat. Today we have a fun creation for you that throws in a little bit of building, a little bit of creativity, and a little bit of redstone. So let's jump into it.
So here we are, and this is the creation that I made. You can see that it looks a lot like a normal water slide that you would see at a water park. Of course, you start down here at the bottom. You walk up the stairs. Safety first. We have some rails. Then you jump in, and I have this really cool mechanic where you hit the button, and it launches you into the slide, and then it picks up the water behind you so that you don't have any water hanging out. And then you lazily fall down the water slide. And you'll notice that we're not getting caught anywhere. It'll flow all the way down. And I like how it is aesthetically. I like how it is too wide. I decided to make it too wide to make it look a little bit more like tubes instead of maybe something really thin. And then there's this big fall right here at the bottom. Woo! And then the final drop into a pool at the very, very bottom. So some of the techniques that I used. First off, I built the slide itself. And whenever you're building one of these slides, you want to keep something in mind, and that is how far water flows in Minecraft. If I just put down a bucket right here, you can see that the water will flow out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks away, and then it will stop flowing. But you can actually repeat this to get another amount. And so if we dig right down here, we can go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more blocks, and then it won't go any further. So basically you can get an effective 7 blocks that you can build out. So if I was to build up here and then say 1, 2, that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then I'd have to go down so that the 8th one would flow over and keep the water flowing. So I used that technique to make sure that we never were going to not have water flowing down. So you can't have straightaways for too long. And then another thing is that these are too wide. And so you have to do a few techniques in order to pull that off. Because by default, it's going to flow. Here, we can actually kind of get rid of our water here and show off what I mean. By default, it will flow and then go around a corner with only 1 block of water. So if we put down our water right there, it flows and then it kind of stops. So a funny thing in Minecraft is that if water ever flows in an area and keep flows, Minecraft remembers that. So if I put a water block here, it's going to flow off the back, but it's also going to flow forward just like this. And then I can pick up that water and it will continue to flow. Same thing right here. Okay, we have some dry spots. If I put water here, it'll flow over and then it will stop just like that. Now then I had some issues where right here at the start, you may flow and then you would get stuck on this corner. So I didn't want that to happen. So I put down a water source block right here, but this one is a still water source block. So I decided to put it there, and that way that it will continue to flow. Same issue here, so you can turn that on. Except that you notice by the texture that it is flowing right there. So I decided on this one to not do that and just live with the fact that someone may get stuck right there. But if you flow down here, the way that this pushes you around, you should be able to flow. Whoop, keep going around the edge and whatnot. So that's what we did. So just working through each area to decide exactly how I want it to flow. So you got to do a little bit of tinkering with that. And then also one thing to make it aesthetically nice is make sure you add legs. Make sure to add some sort of support to your slide. Otherwise it's just kind of floating out in the air and it's not so great. Now moving on to the redstone that I used to create this effect where you push the button, the water starts and then it stops. Underneath it's very, very simple redstone. I only have 1 torch powering both of these dispensers and a few repeaters. So let me show you what is going on over here. We have the dispensers, and they do have to be dispensers. Droppers would just drop the water. So we have dispenser and dispenser, and then we fill them with a water bucket, just like this. And dispensers have a really, really cool thing that if they are filled with a water bucket, that they will not only drop the water, but then they'll pick it back up after you're done with it. So let me show you what that looks like. Also, we're using a technique that the redstone will power both of the dispensers at once. So there you go, the water's flowing, and then if they power again, they will pick it up, which is pretty darn cool. So we're gonna create a little bit of a hole so that the water flows directly into that. Probably has to be about this big. Now, here's how we did it. Over here, we decided to put down a redstone torch, just like that. And then it powers, which is kind of cool. Then we have one repeater facing into it. And then we had a line of repeaters. So we can do something like this. And these have a long tick delay on them so that this repeater will fire, turn on and off the torch, and then the redstone signal will come back around. So if this is going to be your button right here, we can break that off. This is going to power right here and going to power both of these repeaters at the same time. This first one is going to power this block, so it'll unpower the torch. You can see like that, and then it'll power back on, and then it will do it again. Now, right now, the dispensers are flowing the water because of what we did before. Oh, sorry, this torch is the thing causing that issue. There we go. So now it'll behave exactly how it does up here, which is once you push the button, the first repeater turns on the torch, and then the next repeaters follow back up and turn it off. So that is how that works up here. And that is the little slide. And of course, just a pool is just a pool. So once you put all that together, you build a little platform, have a nice colorful roof, jump in, use our redstone mechanism to launch us in to the water that is flowing with the correct number of blocks and a few details to make sure that we continue to flow around every edge and then fall down into the pool below. Hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed that little build. Use a few of these techniques to make your own water slide, and then of course send them over to us on Twitter. OMGcraft Show is our handle on Twitter. Please and thank you for sending me your builds. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMGcraft. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big ol' thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe for future episodes, future videos just like this one, and check out the channel, youtube.com/OMGcraft. See you next time on OMGcraft. Bye.